I was just standing on the deck enjoying the view, when someone suddenly pushed me hard. I fell straight into the pool below. The killer even closed the glass roof above the pool, trying to drown me completely. Then I noticed it was a viewing pool connected to a guest room, so I started pounding on the glass, hoping to get the attention of whoever was inside.
Oh my God! What's the matter?
Finally, I was rescued, but this wasn't the first strange thing that had happened to me. I used to be a star reporter for the newspaper. One day I received an invitation letter. Emma, the heiress of a Norwegian shipping company, had been diagnosed with terminal leukemia. Her husband was setting up a foundation in her name and invited the board members to travel on a luxury yacht to Norway for a charity dinner. They wanted me to come along to cover the story for the paper, so I boarded this extravagant super yacht. As soon as I got on board, the butler asked me to take off my shoes and put on the slippers they had prepared. Then I was surprised to see my ex-boyfriend Morgan was there too. He had also been invited as the event photographer. That evening, as I was heading to the dinner, I ran into Morgan in the hallway. He was flirting with a woman while showing her his work. To avoid an awkward moment, I quickly slipped into the room next to mine, room 10. Just then, a blonde woman who had just showered walked out. She looked at me in surprise, then put on a hat and went back into the bathroom. I quickly apologized and left the room. I had no idea that meeting would mark the beginning of a nightmare. After dinner, I was invited to Emma's study. Leukemia had taken all of her hair, and she told me the reason she had asked me there. Emma wanted me to help her review the speech she planned to give at the dinner. That's when I learned Emma intended to donate all of her inheritance to the foundation.
What brought that on, may I ask? It's about settling up, putting back in what you've taken out. And over the years, we've taken so much.
Well, it's charity without the ego.
Hard to be egotistical when you're warm food.
I was moved by Emma's selflessness. We had a very pleasant conversation. Before I left, she warmly invited me to come back the next day to chat again. But that night, something unexpected happened. I was woken by a loud argument coming from the next room. I followed the sound onto the balcony, then suddenly heard a loud splash. I leaned over to look and saw someone floating in the cold, dark water. When I turned my head, there was a bloody handprint on the glass divider. I immediately called for the crew, and the entire yacht went into security lockdown. But when they heard the person had fallen from room 10, the head of security looked uneasy, because room 10 had always been empty. I was completely stunned, because I had clearly seen that blonde woman. Even stranger, the bloody handprint on the glass door had completely disappeared. Everyone started thinking I was hallucinating. The next day at my request, Richard took me to the deck. I thought if it wasn't a passenger who fell, then it might have been a crew member. But looking at all their faces, I still didn't see the blonde woman. So I went to Morgan's room, because I thought he might have taken a picture of her. Sure enough, I found one. I took the photo and asked the other passengers, but none of them recognized her, so I returned to my room. But while I was taking a shower, I suddenly saw a shadow pass by the door, and then I found a warning, written right on my bathroom door.